So it all comes down to this. You know, it's funny. When Nerdy Prudes Must Die dropped in late 2023, I had never seen a single Starkid musical. Now we're over a year removed from it, and I'm going into Cinderella's castle having seen every Starkid show that preceded it. This project has had a lot of ups and downs, starting from a simple video ranking the Hatchetfield songs to ending up as my greatest challenge ever. Sitting through multiple 3-hour-long musicals. Woo! Terrifying, I know. But for real. Making this video was some of the most fun I've had all year, and I'm very excited to bring it all to a close with this, my final word on the Starkid project, until Cinderella's castle drops. This behemoth of a video is going to act as 3 things. 1, a funny clip compilation, as every segment is opening with a relevant, hilarious clip. 2, a ranking of each and every Starkid song, like it says on the tin. And 3, a super secret ranking of every Starkid show ever, except Cinderella's castle and the Nightmare Times. So if you only care about my ranking of a certain show, check out the other videos I did, loser. Also, there are timestamps in the description and chapters so you can skip to your favorite. Oh, and spoilers for every single Starkid show. Seriously, go watch them all. We start our journey on the train to Hogwarts as Heron Priss, Derry Cotter, the fucking guy from Glee, sits on a suitcase and waxes poetic about his life. And with that, our quest through the Starkid musicals begins now.
Basically, I've just been putting anybody who looks like a good guy into Gryffindor, anybody who looks like a bad guy into Slytherin, and the other 2 can just go wherever the hell they want.
Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders.
What the hell is a Hufflepuff?
What a strong start. Plucky guitar strings and some booming bass, followed by some jazzy waxing from Darren Criss that thrusts us into a bombastic little piece of theater that started it all with some good old 2000s pop rock style and some racy jokes. But in spite of that, it remains totally awesome. It does a good job establishing the wizarding world with its witches and wizards and magical beasts, and we get some hilarious landmark jokes. The start of Jim Pavolo absolutely stealing every scene they're in. And of course, Dylan Saunders. My king, my goat, my canon Dumbledore. It's crazy to think that the Lang brothers created all these characters on their own with no outside influence. And Lauren Lopez obviously steals the show as Draco Malfoy, but every Starkid gives their all in this tour de force of an intro.
Well, good night, Quirrell. Good night.
Boy, these crazy characters sure are a kooky pair. This jaunty little ditty all about the odd couple dynamic between a man and the Dark Lord on the back of his head is so much fun. Joe Walker's Voldemort is so hilariously over-the-top evil, and it's well juxtaposed with how normal Quirrell is. The Quirrell Voldemort setup is one of my favorite pieces of physical comedy, so awkward and claustrophobic, but so animated. This song really was a different as can be.
Wanna take you up to Winnipeg, that's Canada.
Harry's frat bro with a guitar love song is sweet, I think. I just adore how much of a reach some of these lines are. Like how he's gonna take her up to Winnipeg, that's in Canada. The utter insistence that this song doesn't work for Ginny at all cracks me up, and Darren Criss has a very nice voice. This song's got me giggling and kicking my feet, just like Ginny.
It was left to me by my dad. The dad that's dead. My father's dead. I have a dead father.
Jamie Lynn Beatty, the woman that you are. Her debut Starkid track is a ballad worthy of Harry Potter, the character that Nick and Matt Lang created. Heartfelt and hilarious, the visual of Ginny cradling Harry's guitar like it's Harry himself is so fucking funny. It takes time for some Starkids to settle into performing, but Jamie absolutely nailed it from the start. A manic little love song that'll get anyone on Ginny's side. Cho Chang could never.
Now I think it's kind of cool. It's like having a really close roommate, or even
like a slave, like a Death Eater.
This drunken reprise is somehow better than the original. Between Voldemort's gurgly delivery and the unhinged, wobbly energy on display from both halves of the Dark Lord, and the little piano version of Hedwig's theme at the end, this song is buckets and buckets of fun.
Osteo guitar!
A white boy ballad for the ages. But for real, this is a pretty standard guitar-backed ballad about friendship and dragons that put a smile on my face. For some reason, the line "Boy who lived his own flesh and bones" really spoke to me. I really liked it. Harry ruminates on his self-doubts in song form, and it fucking works. The dragon, whose voice and puppet are both fucking hilarious, and Harry sing perfectly in harmony, and I liked it a whole lot.
Take you up to Winnie Pig, that's in Canada.
This forced piano-backed reprise of Ginny's song is so much better and yet somehow so much worse than the original rendition. Better in the sense that it's so fucking funny, with Harry's desperate delivery and Cho Chang's awkward reaction, and worse in the sense that the original is just nicer to listen to. Better or worse? You make the call. You see that little blonde twink and the mean ginger pining after Hermione? They're married now. Drink that in. In a cute little ballad, Ron realizes that Hermione just might be the girl for him. Malfoy gets a boner. Sung excellently by Joey Richter and Lauren Lopez, this emotional theatrical number takes the cake for cutest and most uncomfortable number in the whole show.
You're this spare guy all the time. This spare dude. You're such a spare.
Kill the spare!
So many regrets! I'm dead!
Voldemort, the man you are! Accompanied by a jazzy piano and his tippity-tappity shoes, Voldemort recounts his sad backstory and then explodes into a gleefully glad number about dancing again. And when Quirrell joins in, the boys puppeteer Potter and perpetuate a perilous plot. This number is seriously the highlight of this show. Everything from Voldemort's grand entrance to the very obvious Death Eaters to the kick line make this a classic I won't ever forget. I'm so glad he can dance again.
Pigfots, here I come. Pigfots, yum, yum, yum.
This one's a classic. It's no Duck is Lord, but I still love it. A song across time and space as Quirrell vents about his best friend, his lover, the most important man in the world to him, while Voldemort realizes that he perhaps left the most important man in his life behind. And Harry Potter sings about his dad or something. This one is sung in beautiful three-part harmony from Darren, Joe, and Brian Rosenthal as sad synths drone in the background. And yeah, as sad as the Harry Potter stuff is, this really is Quirrell and Voldemort's anthem.
You're the boy who lived!
No, Ginny, you don't get it. None of you guys get it. I'm just a 12-year-old kid.
Jamie really gets to stretch her legs vocally on this emotional pick-me-up, backed by some beautiful jazzy piano. Darren and Jamie have amazing chemistry both vocally and on stage. Small, hilarious shared glances and Harry playing the high note to Ginny's low note. It's cathartic to see those crazy kids finally agree that they love each other after the emotional roller coaster that was Act 1. And when Hermione and Ron come in at the end, oh baby, that's the magic of musical theater.
You ready to go, Randy?
I sure am. To pig farts.
One final triumphant track for the collection. The sidekicks step up in this high-energy piece of theater. The frantic piano in the background fires up as Joey and Bonnie sing their hearts out, and oh shit, Harry's alive! Lights flash as the whole student body sings in perfect harmony in this killer track. This one pumped me the fuck up.
Quirrell, there's part of me still here. And I can't go on to the next play without it. It's a part of me that can't be destroyed. Because it's right in here.
For never was a story of more woe than Professor Quirrell and his Dark Lord bro. This is a curtain call for the ages. Such a great ending to a fantastic little piece of theater that started it all. Now, I can't wait to get back to Hogwarts.
Sick of summer and this waiting around.
And it's September, so I'm skipping this town. Hey, it's no mystery, there's nothing here for me now. I gotta get back to Hogwarts.
A Very Potter musical was a fantastic show, and now I feel bad for having put it off for so long. It's one of those, why didn't anyone tell me about this universally beloved popular thing before now? But Starkid came out swinging with a hilarious, heartfelt musical that thoroughly entertained me the whole way through. It does a fantastic job endearing you to these characters and to this world. And take it from me, I do not fuck with Harry Potter. But Nick and Matt Lang, along with the phenomenal performers, got me invested in Ron Weasley, Draco Malfoy, and Voldemort, a sentence I never thought I'd write. The songs are generally great, and that's due in no small part to Darren Criss, that guy from Glee. He wrote most of the music with A.J. Holmes, and I love their compositions. Also, Jim Pavolo as Goyle. That's the tweet. Its age shows in some places, particularly the Cho Chang bit in Going Back to Hogwarts, but otherwise still holds up pretty well. So yes, A Very Potter musical was a wonderful broomstick ride, an A tier for sure. And I've decided, I'm going back to Hogwarts. But first, a stop by Joey Richter's bedroom. That's right, it's time for Me and My Dick.
Joey! You're not a loser. It's just that nobody really likes you. Good grief. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick.
A classically jazzy piece of orchestral music opens up this little ditty about a boy and his talking penis. I don't know how I felt about this one. The song's like 90% double entendre, but I think that adds to the experience. To truly vibe with Me and My Dick, you gotta accept that this is what you're gonna get. So, looking at it through that lens, this is a cute little buddy number. I love...
Be careful with that joke. It's an antique!
Specifically has been stuck in my head for weeks. This one's so charming.
That Joey Richter really makes me feel funny. Right here, and right here.
This marathon of a track introduces us to the world of the dicks in a fun little number from multiple perspectives. Sally's part is a cute little piece about picking herself and Miss Cooter up and trying something new. Weird to call something in Me and My Dick cute, but whatever. Jamie and Devin Little's harmonies are great. Joey's section is alright, but I will say that his voice strains during his soliloquy about Vanessa, and that takes me out of it a bit, unfortunately. Vanessa and Tiff's part with the 2009 texting lingo hasn't aged the best, but Ali Gordon and Ali Faye Monka have great voices that make this part a joy on re-listens. It brings me a lot of joy that this was Brian Holden's first track, and his and the Old Snatch's pun-littered section is gut-bustingly funny. It all culminates in the ending, which is genuinely one of my favorite sections in any Starkid song, the ensemble giving it their all. I love...
Locked and loaded.
In particular, a mixed bag that's ultimately a joy to listen to. A meet cute for the ages. Dick and Miss Cooter finally meet after what feels like a lifetime. The slow, jazzy instrumentation give this piece such a classy vibe, like vintage theater, but with piss jokes. Devin and Joe harmonize wonderfully and have fantastic chemistry that take this track from alright to excellent. I think I have to piss.
Just some handsome young pecker I met today.
Here's Wiggles. And by pecker, I assume you're referring to a cock.
Another great jazzy track. This time, the Old Snatch takes center stage, warning Miss Cooter about the dangers of Dick. Another contradictorily vulgar track. This one also reeks of vintage jazzy musical theater with its bebopping piano and the swinging bass. I absolutely love the Old Snatch. She steals absolutely every scene she's in, and this is no exception.
Your one true love turns out to be the person you initially disliked.
When did Jane Austen say
It's
that?
in one of her sonnets, I'm sure, Joe.
Joey's heart is such a pathetic man, and I love him for that. AJ's debut Starkid track is a tour de force, with AJ's powerful voice underscored by a simple but extremely effective instrumental. His slips into desperation are so funny, with the backing track turning frantic just as he does. This one is an absolute joy from front to back.
Listening to my heart, and my heart says A tier.
Guys!
Big T, man. Corey Doris's debut role takes this song from a 1 to a 10. The jazzy organ and a swinging beat follow him as he debuts in this pretty alright piece of setup. It acts retroactively as a villain song, the song itself almost sounding sinister in the beginning and towards the end. This, unfortunately, is another one with lyrics that I can't go around singing in public, which is a shame, because I loved visiting the land of the dicks.
Joey, it's just me. Think I could stay with you in here? I mean, at least until your mommy gets here?
This one feels more classic rock than jazz, and it's a very nice change-up. Joey Richter finally comes to terms with his feelings for Sally, and their hearts start beating together. It's almost like their hearts are dancing a waltz to a song in 4/4 time. While Jamie runs circles around him vocally, Joey harmonizes with her excellently, and their chemistry really makes this song. They're coming around.
Joey, he's a part of you. Like I am, Joey. You need him, and Sally needs him, Joey.
You're right. I gotta find my dick.
A groovy, disco-ass bass line underscores this wonderful song about a boy trying to find his dick. A relatable story for the ages. The ensemble delivers a great, frantic performance. AJ and Brian particularly set the mood of this one perfectly. A frantic, fast-paced song that I can't get out of my head.
Sally's asleeping.
That's the idea. We're going to a place where humans ain't allowed.
This one's excellent. The drumline and trumpets set a militaristic tone, because every night at the stroke of 3, the pussies gather. This one coalesces into a harmonious bit of storytelling, with each and every pussy giving a stellar vocal performance. Is it 3 a.m. already?
Think it not, child! Haven't thou brought a fool into our midst?
Miss Cooter and the Old Snatch's rousing speech have the pussies on their side. They're gonna find dick. This one is just straight beautiful, with a harmonious chorus from the ensemble backed with some sparkly synth and cymbal crashes that make this one feel almost biblical. Almost.
Big T. And swinging low is my game.
Now that's what I call a villain song. This maliciously manipulative track is all about Big Tallywhacker, who gets an absolutely stellar vocal performance from Corey Doris. Corey is so historically slept on that it's nice to know that he got a pretty sweet villain song in his first show, even though his character's concept is rooted in multiple not well-aged concepts. I'd take you in, Big T.
I love you, Dick.
And I wanna fuck you hard.
I can't believe I came out of this show really enjoying the music. Like, looking back, this was such a great soundtrack. If it wasn't full of constant dick humor, I'd be listening to this shit all the time. This little finale feels like if Grease was all about getting laid. Well, more overtly about getting laid. And the last lines reprising Me and My Dick are a great way to close out this heartwarming finale.
My hormones are freaking out and I think I'm gonna blow. We're locked and loaded.
I was really worried about Me and My Dick. And also Starkid Productions' 2009 show that's also conveniently titled Me and My Dick. It's an old-fashioned Starkid show in every sense, from the drag, to the dick jokes, to the beautifully basic soundtrack. But it ages a lot better than I thought it would. While most Starkid shows are carried by their strong script, this one is more than carried by the excellent performances, particularly by Jamie Lynn Beatty and Joe Walker, who absolutely own every scene they're in. Joe's physical comedy here got the most laughs out of me of any Starkid performance, barring Annie, and Jamie plays a hilariously awkward geek who's so thirsty for Joey that she trips over herself hilariously in every scene. But to be honest, I had a hard time putting into words how I feel about this show and these songs. With all of the other shows and songs, I found myself with so much to say right off the bat, but there was just kind of a block with this one. But, as you can see, I fortunately got over that little speed bump. What got me the most, though, was how poorly aged some aspects of this show are. I get it, it was 2009, it was still a bunch of college kids making a musical about dicks. But I'm what the kids call gender nonconforming. So Big T's whole backstory was a red flag, a dark spot on a character that I otherwise loved. But while I had a problem with that, I didn't really have a problem with men playing female roles. I suppose it's because throughout these Starkid shows, the gender swapping is more drag than anything. And I fuck with drag, but I also don't engage in drag culture, so let me know if my take here is uninformed. Either way, I enjoyed Me and My Dick, but the subject matter and visible age keeps it from being anywhere but the bottom of C tier. Sorry, Joey Richter. Better luck next time. Let's head back to Hogwarts once more for its prophetic prequel, a Harry Potter sequel.
The boy who lived does it again. The Dark Lord dead for good. I knew it! We backed the wrong side! Again!
A diligently dark track as Lucius Malloy and the Death Eaters make evil plans with their evil hands. We get a hilarious bit of meta-commentary about the pointlessness of a sequel to a Harry Potter musical before Tyler Brunsman flexes his beautiful voice and his evil plan. The evil plans line itself is so fucking funny with how on the nose it is, and the heavy bass on this one is fantastic, contrasting against the usual pop rock piano and electric guitar before ending with a clever callback to going back to Hogwarts. The choreography on this one is really great, with the entire cast surrounding Malfoy as his Death Eaters. Really handsy, those Death Eaters. Great track.
You know what, kid? You're all right. I'm Ron Weasley. Hey, do you want a delicious red vine? Absolutely.
This one's iconic, and for good reason. It's a great reintroduction to the world in the form of a frantic, fast-paced piece of music with some stellar choreography that shows off just how much of a step up this is production-wise from Potter 1. While Ginny is sorely missed, Rita Skeeter is such a fun character. Darren, Joey, and Jamie deliver some stellar vocal performances in this one, backed up by most of the primary cast singing and dancing their hearts out. And shout out to Nick Lang as Arthur Weasley, just cause I like him.
They can be real hard-ass dickheads. What's the matter with you guys? Oh, shit! You guys are kids! Gotta watch my damn mouth around you little bastards.
This one's so cute. A melancholy little piano-backed ballad from Harry Potter. The soft piano is really sweet, and combined with the gentle, melancholy excitement that Darren plays Harry with makes this a really charming track. And when he starts belting, oh baby, sing it, Potter. All of that Glee experience is finally paying off. And I gotta tell you, seeing the kids pile onto the same setup as a Harry Potter musical got me in my feelings. And we finally get to meet the Sorting Hat. Woo!
But I think that with me as your coach and you little stallions as my team, there's no way we're losing to Slytherin or Ravenclaw or Jigglypuff.
This scene is so much fun. From the cat to Malfoy's drawing of Potter to the potty tangent right up to the centerpiece. Hermione can't draw. Everyone instantly knows the lyrics united in a vicious chorus. And it spreads immediately back to Lupin, who brings it right back around to its intended target, Herman. Wait! Seriously, though, she can't draw. Our long-awaited Herman solo finally rears its face here. Bonnie takes center stage, singing her heart out with a simple beat and a nice piano melody behind her. This one's alright. It's got some stiff competition, unfortunately, which kind of leaves it in the middle. But it's got a lot of merit, just like Herman.
Mama sure does have some mischievous those games, doesn't she, Big D?
In case you were wondering, the D stands for my wiener.
This hilariously unexpected love song apes different as can be, but is different enough that I can take it on its own merits. Dumbledore and Umbridge is such a cracked pair that I'm just relishing in the absurdity of it. The song is a cute little jazzy piece that incorporates a lot of dialogue, but that only adds to the experience of it all. Their dancing lives rent-free in my head, and nothing Dylan Saunders does, specifically as Dumbledore, will ever leave my brain, no matter how much therapy I go through. The spirit of competition radiates from this viciously vulgar, wonderfully choreographed number that scores the intensely rigged game of Quidditch. It acts as almost a beta version of To Be a Man from Holy Musical Batman, with the urgent pace and previously mentioned vulgarity, particularly the repeated use of The bass and drumline really make this track as we continue into the following set of scenes, which features us seeing Herman knock Lucius Malloy to the ground. Cathartic as hell.
All I see is myself, and I'm inside Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Hermione's turning into a blueberry, and I'm eating her.
Dreamy piano fills the air as slow bass notes underscore Darren Criss waxing about the familiar yet unknown figures in the mirror. This song is heartfelt, the feeling only intensified by Sirius's recollection of Harry's parents. The repeated la-la-las both highlight a kinship between Harry and Sirius and invoke the sense of childhood whimsy that Harry missed out on. Beautifully sung and played by all involved.
I just wish there was some way that I could get my boyfriend and kill Harry Potter.
James Potter was a dick, but somehow I don't come out of this manipulative malefactor's incel celebration with any more sympathy for the old snake. Well, the music is a delight, a slow but powerful anthem, and the lyrics are very well written with a lot of good use of simile. I cannot get over the hurdle that this is a nice guy anthem, and I can't stand nice guys, not even fictional ones.
Remember that time? You wouldn't talk to me. You wouldn't talk to me yesterday.
This song is all energy. Joe Walker energy. Umbridge is such a silly character, but Walker plays her unflinching and unbreaking through all of the 900 phone calls and the threats to break Potter's hands. This is the culmination of all that insanity, an empowerment number that incorporates a sick beat, some sweet electric guitar, and... do I hear cowbell? And Joe manages to hit some power notes here that make it a joy to listen to. While I believe that the portrayal of Umbridge hasn't aged 100% great, I will say that I respect Joe's commitment to the bit. He made Umbridge work.
Hey! The Harry Potter I know wouldn't just give up.
That's because the Harry Potter you know is a 12-year-old superhero. And I'm just an 11-year-old child.
We've had our all is lost moment. Now it's the time to get back up. Potter and crew are empowered by Draco Malloy's Time Turner and are ready to never give up. This triumphant pop rock ballad is the most quintessentially Potter musical song, using the hallmarks of the Starkid style to craft a wholly unique experience that elevates it above the rest.
Glad to know things are finally getting back to normal around here. It's good to have you back, Zephron.
It's good to be back.
This gives the ending of High School Musical 2 so hard. Thanks for the inspiration, Zephron. The fast-paced rock and roll piano behind the now iconic pop rock guitar and some fantastic harmonies from the ensemble give this one a vibe that just can't be matched. A very happy ending that doesn't slip into being too sappy, keeping the energy up before we shift into our next song.
That's the thing about Hogwarts. No matter how long you're away from it, well, there's always a way back.
And this one just felt good. A short but sweet reprise that makes me so glad we went back.
You're Harry freaking Potter. You don't understand. You're legend man to us all. Every son and daughter safe from you know who. All because of you. You were small.
I'll admit, I didn't mess with a Harry Potter sequel. While the songs were great, and I loved some of the newly introduced aspects like Remus Lupin and Sirius Black, I think this show was missing a crucial piece of the Harry Potter pie. Joe Walker's Voldemort. I'm not even kidding, I think that's why I didn't fuck with this one. Not that I didn't like Umbridge, she's a very entertaining character, but there's a Voldemort-shaped hole that she just couldn't fill, unfortunately. The show's setup also messed with me a bit. Completely swiping the development from the first show to do a prequel took the rug out from under me, and I didn't appreciate it. The show also suffers from feeling bloated, with scenes I felt dragged and grew unnecessary. There were like one too many scenes of Draco describing the potty, and I didn't like that. But there was more Dumbledore in this one, so I think that evens out. Math, you know? This is definitely my least favorite of the Potter trilogy, but I still liked it. Still, a definite C tier. Now let's get off the train to Hogwarts and hop aboard the Starship, Starkid's 3-hour-long space opera about a little bug who wants nothing more than to be a Starship Ranger.
Okay. Yeah! Pretender hit! Mission complete! My best friend Roach is dead.
This is a trans allegory if I've ever seen one. Bug is trapped in his body and strives to do and be more than society tells him he can be. It's more trans than that. This song endeared me to Bug. By the end of it, I wanted nothing more than for him to be a Starship Ranger, no matter what it took.
It serves as an excellent introduction to the hive society with the repeating mantra of the needs of the many outweighing the needs of the few, and highlights the futility of Bug's dream in the face of the Overqueen. I want to be a Starship Ranger.
You see where I come from, Farm Planet? We don't have or know much of nothing. That's why I joined the Starship Rangers. I mean, today alone I found out that this is a gun, and I saw the empirical proof that science killed God.
Lauren Lopez captures lightning in a bottle in this badass reminder of what a ranger is all about. Her heroes become a little pee-pee boy.
I don't pee-pee sitting down. I pee-pee like a big boy, that goddammit. I pee-pee like a big boy, so stop making fun of me because it hurts my feelings.
So her, Specs, Tootsie, and Crander light a fire under his ass in this simple but effective number.
My name's Junior. Maybe you heard of me. Or my dad. He's the head of the whole Galactic League.
Oh, I heard of your dad.
Yeah, I'm his son.
Nice.
The trans allegory makes a triumphant return in this melancholic piano-backed ballad. Whereas Starship Ranger was aspirational, this song is sardonic. Bug laments his place in the universe and the skin he's in, and his lack of choice in it. The line,
"There's no choice involved in what you are given. One mind, one voice, one body to live in."
is especially powerful. Joey Richter kills it as usual, and the piano shift to low, booming guitar and thrashing percussion sell the shift from quiet anger to boiling, optimistic rage. George Harrison said it best, Bug. What is life? Fucking sucked.
Whoa! You must be really wiener wild, dude! That's like hitting on a computer, man!
She's smart too. A girl like that probably wouldn't want nothing to do with the lovesick country pumpkin like Tootsie Noodles.
Tootsie, let me spell it out for you, dude. That thing is an R-O-B-O-T, man!
Don't fool me with numbers, Crander.
Punk isn't the word I expected to use describing a Starkid song, but the supersonic beat with distorted electric guitar atop the world's most xenophobic lyrics scream early pop punk. Though, to be honest, if I saw a bunch of giant bugs, I might just kill myself, so perhaps I'm being too harsh to the humans. This song also, weirdly enough, has become sort of an inside joke at Starkid. Anytime one of the Starkids brings up a song no one remembers, it's Hideous Creatures.
Well, see you on the other side, Pincer. I love you.
I love you too, Bug.
A Dylan Saunders villain song? If you've seen any of my Starkid videos up to now, you know that I harbor in my heart a great appreciation for this veteran Starkid, and Pincer finally gives my king a villain song. And boy does he deliver. Silky smooth, masterfully manipulative, and devilishly deceptive, Pincer takes his place among the greatest Starkid antagonists, right next to Wiggly and the Bandit King. His soliloquy in the middle is beautiful, and the recontextualizing of I Wanna Be in Life is just plain evil, man. Then Bug joins in, actively kicking the song up a notch with an increase in speed and a dope percussion section. And the finale where Pincer gives straight Bond villain backed up by Brian Holden, Jamie Lynn Beatty, and Jim Pavolo in a delightful 3-part harmony. No other song in Starship could measure up to just how, and I'm not even using this ironically, epic this song is. Bravo, Vince.
Sorry, sir. She's got the mustache now. I love you.
Where life was downtrodden, status quo has a newfound optimism. Bug finally got on T. He's a Starship Ranger. He got literally everything he ever wanted, and is ready to spend his life with his newfound family, providing nothing goes wrong. It does. But anyhow, the guitar that opens up this song is excellent, and the piano and percussion set up a beautifully optimistic atmosphere as Richter continues to kill it. Absolutely the best of the Bug Sings About Being Trans trilogy.
Wow, look at this place.
Junior! What the heck happened here, boy?
It was Maggie girl. She snuck up on me. I was just crying because she told me all you guys were dead. But I guess my tears must have made her mad because she punched me.
Punched you? Oh, let me see the boo-boo.
As much as Pincer is an excellent villain and character, Dylan's breakout character in this show was the lovably dopey Tootsie Noodles, who charmed me with his simple outlook and funny planet. See where I come from, Farm Planet? Your first name is what you do, and your second name is what you like. So I'm called unemployed on account of my being a YouTuber, and Tootsie Noodles 'cause I like 'em. Anyways, this beautiful ballad between two couples is heartfelt and beautiful the whole way through. From the heart-meltingly sweet Tootsie finding Mega Girl's heart to melt it, to February's hilariously on-the-nose lyrics to Bug about how awesome it is that he's human, and nothing else. The ballads coalesce into a beautiful ending that warms my heart. This is one of the best slower Starkid songs, and definitely the one that works best for me, emotionally.
Ever since my injury.
Well, what happened, Up?
I don't usually talk about it.
Yeah, well, you're not usually on top of a lap, are you?
A very cute track where Roach finally takes center stage. Typical. The bug who gets to sleep with the Overqueen loves his life. But that obvious bias doesn't take away from how lovely this song is. Its lyrics making the disgusting bug planet actually seem not so bad. Perhaps it is I who must do some soul searching. Maybe bugs aren't so bad after all.
Downloading new emotion. Download complete. This emotion was downloaded from the interweb and could have viruses. Are you sure you want to open it?
I do!
New emotion installation complete. It is love. It is love!
Brian Holden had some big shoes to fill with this somehow even more villainous rendition of Kick It Up a Notch. It's immature, like a 20-something evil space emperor's son smoking pot and killing bugs. Oh, well, that's literally it. Easily the funniest song in the whole show.
Then by the power vested in me by the state and county of Mobile, Alabama, I now pronounce you man versus machine. Fight!
A nice ending, but deeply, intensely forgettable. But it doesn't take away from the rest of the show at all, fortunately. I really enjoyed Starship. This adorable and hilarious musical boasts not only a set of adorable puppets and some very impressive staging, but some of the funniest moments in Starkid history, and one of the best soundtracks any of these shows have. I also really dig how seriously this one takes itself. It still jokes, some characters are dumb and act a bit silly, but the core arc of Bug's desire to be a Starship Ranger is taken as seriously as it needs to be to feel impactful. It also features the best love story in any Starkid musical, My Goat Tootsie Noodles and Mega Girl. My only gripe is the same one I had with the Potter sequel. This show is too long. It feels bloated, with one too many scenes in each of our side plots than we really needed. That one caveat brings it from an S to an A, unfortunately, but this one still knocks it out of the stratosphere. And with that, we go from the vast reaches of space to the dank streets of Gotham City for Holy Musical Batman, Starkid's superhero parody that the Lego Batman movie totally ripped off.
I don't know about this. Should we really be doing these illegal activities in a children's hospital for orphans?
Starkid, you tricky bastards. You know that starting a song with Dylan Saunders is gonna make me fall in love instantly. And boy did it. This deliciously campy opening number immediately grabs not just my attention, but the attention of all listening with its pumped up 80s synthy grooves and verbose lyricism from Nick Gage that shines a signal onto Gotham's admiration of Batman and his loner's quest to save them. Dylan frames each small scene that establishes Starkid's Gotham with some beautifully powerful vocals. I absolutely adore their use of Vicky Vale, and killing the Joker off so early takes some balls. All of that together makes a musically magnificent opening.
We're like family. And friends? Thanks, you. Who do you like spending time with?
The Joker. But he's in heaven now. With Mom and Pops. Making them laugh, I just know it.
Chris Allen's Lucius Fox /Alfred /O'Malley, the Irish butler, takes the cake for the funniest character in this farce of a story. Still, his delivery of
Poor Master Bruce, poor Mr. Wayne, lonely caboose on a one-car train.
hits hard, even under his masterful and hilarious Mark Caine impression. Followed immediately by Betwain's whiny solo about his bullshit butler and dead parents that takes the comedic cake. His sad life is told to us in excruciating detail, from a tragic love life to his peanut and shellfish allergy. He loved peanuts and shellfish once. His exact description of his brunch brought me to tears the first time around and still makes me chuckle to this day. And the Somebody's Buddy section goes so hard, actually. Fun fact, Darren Criss played this the night he got his Emmy. Musically solid and absolutely hilarious, this song is one of my favorites. He wants to be somebody's buddy. Anybody but a bumbling butler.
Well, it's rough, Clark.
Wait. You know my secret identity?
It's a secret?
Oh,
Oh, come on. Nobody cares who Superman is.
My greatest regret with my initial video on Holy Musical Batman was not spending nearly enough time describing the quality of this synth-pop masterpiece. Pushing Synth backs up some cutting, clever, and comedic lyrics highlighting each rogue's gimmick with some standout performances, particularly Jamie as Ivy and especially Jim as Mr. Freeze. Dylan gets to start this one out with a powerful first line that pumps me the fuck up, and it only goes up from there. This delightfully devilish track is one of the best Starkid songs ever. Get your broke ass out of here, Two-Face.
Chili Willy! Yeah, boss.
Chili Willy, extract this tooth from the premises post-haste.
With pleasure, Mr. Gwyn.
No. It's just Penguin. It's just one name, Chili.
Sure thing, Mr. Penn.
Okay.
Jeff Blim's Sweet Tooth explodes onto the scene in this villainously vile reprise of Rogues Are We. A sick set of synth riffs fill out the background as Sweet Tooth lays out his plan. He's assembling all the villains in Gotham, even lesser-known villains like evil Sherlock Holmes, evil Mother Goose, and evil King Arthur, the villains of the public domain. Blim's chaotic delivery and harmony with Jamie's belting makes this one of the most fun and energetic tracks in not only this show, but in all of Starkid.
Mr. Wayne, may I be frank with you?
Well, sure, Frank, if you prefer it to Dick.
Nick Lang as Robin has my heart. He's a snobby little twerp, but he's so damn lovable. A gentle music box sounds over Batman and Robin planning their life together before the synth kicks in hard as these two long-lost brothers find each other. They're gonna listen to the Jackson 5 and dance the night away. This track bounces from gentle ballad to an energetic, bombastic piece like it's nothing, and it absolutely brings it in the lyrical department, with some standouts including
Robin, you parted the clouds.
By the light of the moon, we have found the sunrise.
as well as
You are my bright night.
You're my morning bird.
We're wingmen singing in thirds.
As silly as it is saccharine, this song has my heart. Buddies, bros, homies, amigos, pizza, Nintendo. Woo, 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 let's go.
Explain to me that.
I might be the only one who thinks this, but
I'm pretty sure everyone agrees that
Robin sucks!
If I had the ability to play any song in this musical in full just to show you how good it is, it would be this one. A plucky string synth plays behind the people of Gotham riffing over Robin's suckage. This one works so well comedically, it's probably the funniest one in the whole damn show.
Batman's a loner, you know, but now he's running around telling jokes with some kid. It's like, don't do that.
You know, it's crazy that this show was making fun of Snyderbots in 2013 with Meredith and Jim playing them perfectly. Even Jim Gordon himself gets in on the Robin hate. It's brutal, but it's still a fantastically funny song the whole way through. Robin sucks.
Hey, tell everybody to tone the party down, okay? And tell Wonder Woman that her eagle brassiere can be found on the floor of my bedroom. And that I saw her naked boobies. Hey, Batman, it's Superman.
Look, it's been pointed out a million times, but the American way represented in this song is actually just the way each individual character wants the world to be. The American way is their way. It's very well known that I love songs where everything comes together, and seeing every character singing about the American way got me in my feelings, like straight up
USA! USA!
Superman's jilted, bitter solo is hilariously insecure, Batman's solo is almost inspiring, and Sweet Tooth's solo has a sinister undertone with some all-timer lines until we return to "Oh, the American way." I'm just gonna play my two favorite lines for you right now, because I can. 'Cause it's America. And in America, I do what I want.
We're all just pawns in a fucking game of chess. That's the American way.
A briefcase filled with $2 bills.
Oh, the American way.
Thanks for trying, Two-Face. I put it in A 'cause it's the letter of the law. That's the American way.
How predictable. You're getting stale, Sweet Tooth.
Now, Batman, please don't hurt me because I'm one of the hostages. No!
We all know what this one should have been called.
Fuck you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
This song's pulse-pounding synth underscore is a bitchy dissection of Batman from Superman and a dissection of Superman from Batman. There are some biting lines here, but you know, it's terribly ironic that this song is about being a man when it's really just an immature tussle between two overgrown schoolboys in a dick measuring contest.
But the dick measuring is hilarious, so I can't even fault him for that. Frank Miller wishes he wrote a Batman-Superman conflict this dramatic and impactful, and with this much excellent dancing. This is the most Batman that Batman sounds in the whole show, and the way this pair's conflict resolves later makes this retroactively the funniest outcome.
Whoa! He's agile as hell!
He sure is.
Help him up! Help him up! Help him up! Help him up! Help him up!
Help him out.
Help him up!
Spider-Man, you want to join the Super Friends?
That's right.
Cool.
Wow.
Hey.
Everyone knows this one, even if you think you don't. And if you don't, how are you this far into a video about Starkid? But yeah, this is the song that
I wanna be your friend forever.
I want to be a modern dancer.
What a super weird thing to say that came out of nowhere.
is from. This song is absolutely perfect, a campy rejection of toxic masculinity that embraces the power of friendship and modern dancing. A bombastic track all the way through, I particularly love Bruce Mann's little soliloquy with the response from his super bros backing him up. And the whole cast showing up in Justice League? No. Super Friend attire is wonderful. And that reprise of nearly every song at the end? Fucking transcended. Finally, I found a friend.
It seems so funny when I look back on the folly of my ways. I climbed as high as one can climb all alone. I scaled the highest mountain, did a pirouette at the tippity top. But when you gotta get down, gotta get down, gotta get down, you need someone to count down.
I loved Holy Musical Batman so fucking much. While this show is campy, it revels in the camp to create a show that both takes itself deadly seriously and doesn't give a fuck as long as we have a blast. The show boasts some of Starkid's best costuming and songs, backed by Nick Gage's synthy, bombastic score. This is without a doubt Starkid's funniest show, a full farce from front to back, and the best part, just about every joke lands. Green Lantern, drink beer, funny. So altogether, this should be an S tier. Right? I just feel like the show is missing the genuine emotional core that literally every other Starkid show has. Like, I get Batman's struggle and his connection with Robin, but like I said, it feels farcical, so I can't get past that. So in A you remain, Bruce Mann. Fuck. God fucking damn it, are we doing Harry Potter again?
I may look different, but you all should just treat me like the same old Hermione you know and love. And that goes for all of you, too.
This frantic, fast-paced opening is a meta signal of the end. Wait, is that fucking Luna Lovegood? Like, from the movies? Huh. Yeah. Well, this little ditty isn't exceptional, but it gets the job done.
Where she finds Ron sitting on the edge of the bed, lightly strumming a guitar and singing with his meager voice.
Hey!
Sorry, Ron.
I want to take a second to shout out Clark Baxtresser, who took up the role of Harry Potter on the album version of Senior Year. He sounds fantastic. Anyway, Senior Year. A very standard going back to Hogwarts-like with a few standout sections. The belting on the chorus is very nice, but it's otherwise unremarkable, unfortunately.
Yeah, Harry, you got this election in the bag.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Bloody piss! It's
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Gilderoy Lockhart is so charming. I know he's a fake, but that doesn't matter to me. This little piano ditty is all A.J. Holmes using his Joey's Heart voice, but aged with a smarmy edge. This one's also a little meta piece with lyrics referencing Darren's absentee parent status with multiple references to Glee. He's backed up excellently by the female Hogwarts students, and you know what? Gilderoy convinced me. He's Wizard of the Year.
Well, Tom, you know, sometimes you accidentally kill your family. It's nothing to beat yourself up about. Hey, listen. You know who accidentally killed his sister while he was in a fight with his boyfriend? This guy right here.
Far and away the best song in this whole show. Dylan and Joe just work so well together, particularly as Dumbledore and Voldemort. A jaunty little jazzy number that reminds us how important it is to dance. It's also really entertaining to me that all the great Voldemort traits come directly from Dumbledore's influence. It's here we meet up again with Lucius and Bellatrix, who have the world's funniest dance-off with Voldemort as Jim does their deep voice once more. This one absolutely knocked it out of the park, managing to stick out far and above the rest of this overstuffed musical. I'm always gonna dance.
Okay, well, I hate all the normal things. Muggles, mudbloods, the Ghostbusters, but, well, there's some weird things, too. Things like
Snickers.
Oh, you mean when people laugh at you?
No, I like to make people laugh. What I hate is Snickers. You know, the bar.
This short and sweet track is a saccharine little tribute to Lord Voldemort that features some excellent singing from Brittany Coleman. Good stuff.
This looks like a fine spot for my marbles.
I finally finished the ice sculpture. Oh, the ice sculpture!
Yo, my pet theory is that Jeff Blim just showed up in that spider costume with the song already memorized and everyone just kind of went with it. A very hilarious song that's also somehow one of the best on the whole soundtrack. Low, bassy piano and Jeff paired with his backup spiders make for a villainous and fun number that really surprised me. I'll get in his mouth.
And winning the election in a landslide with 867 votes, Fozzie Bear. Yay!
The consequences of Harry's actions rear their head in this showdown for the ages. Dramatic piano and bass thunder as these two schoolboys squabble with their beautiful voices. Darren and Lauren harmonize wonderfully as their lines overlap, and the pace picks up for a rip-roaring finale that I really messed with.
Thank you, Professor. Draco Malfoy shall rule over this school with peace and love for 1,000 years. But first comes a time of swift retribution, for I shall rain down a vengeance upon all those who have teased me in the past. Welcome to my nightmare, slaves. The age of Harry Potter has ended. The reign of Draco Malfoy has begun!
A solemn duet across time between a disillusioned Harry and my goat, Tom Riddle. The slow piano and drum add to the slow, melancholy pace as the pair wax poetic about their lives. Joe finds room to make it hilarious while Darren brings the feeling. A pretty okay ballad.
Do anything, I think I would shrink myself to the size of a mouse. I'd leave the world of men behind me forever and live amongst the mice. And I would bring technology and art to those uncultured swine. And I would build tiny tools for their mouse hands made from toothpicks and marshmallows. And I would be their king, nay, their prince. Gilderoy, the mouse prince. Ruling from my grand castle, inches high, carved from the finest cheeses. And there I would dwell with my 3 mouse wives and my 12 mouse concubines. Oh, but the wars we'd have with the frogs, terrible. Just terrible. Those meadow mice warriors, the atrocities they've seen. Yes. That is my dream.
Ron finally gets a solo, and it's a tribute to his mediocrity. Someone get this poor guy some red vines. Joey Richter, the man that you are. Ron's rejection of any sort of acclaim is hilarious, especially backed up by the triumphant rock song backing him up. But at the end of the day, that's okay, because Ron's the one who loves Hermione. It's all he's got. This song is saccharine to the core, and that's enough, I think.
You like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but this Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is gonna mean a lot to a lot of kids with bad taste.
A pep talk from Dumbledore and a song from his dead parents was all it took for Harry to get his groove back. This is a meta track about endings and their importance, and exactly the talk that Harry, who's been stuck in the past the whole show, needed to hear. The piano in this one is fucking excellent, and I'll admit it, I got emotional seeing Lupin and Sirius again. I like things, sue me.
Soon all his skin ignites into flame. His burning skeleton crumbles into a mess of gore and green goo. Joe Walker dies.
Electric. Darren gives his all in this recontextualization that gets the blood pumping. The energy is electric, the crowd's claps building up to an honest-to-God air of majesty around this little ditty about saving Harry Potter's friends. And then Ron joins in, then the entire cast of Hogwarts students, and it's just totally awesome. Then we run through the ending of the show and flash forward 17 years, where Darren gives a heart-shatteringly beautiful reprise that had the audience in hysterics. Hilarious and heartfelt the whole way through, I never thought I'd care this much about a Harry Potter parody musical. Rest in peace, Scarfy.
Every day, his story grows more and more banal, and Voldemort isn't coming this year. Gilderoy is here to fill your short attention spans.
I've got mixed feelings about A Very Potter senior year. As much as I enjoyed it, and it was a lot, I feel like it overcorrected in how seriously it took itself, both in a textual and metatextual sense. This is a finale about letting go of the past, particularly Harry Potter fans letting go of the Potter franchise. It feels at times like all the Langs want to do is hammer in the point that we have to move on when the damn thing isn't even over yet. But that serious tone gives us some very emotional, heartfelt moments and songs that I really, really enjoyed. The finale with Harry reprising Going Back to Hogwarts made me cry, dude. But weirdly enough, the jokes in this one mostly fell flat, which is crazy for a Starkid show. Like I said, a very mixed show. A definite B tier though. As we exit Hogwarts for the final time, we head to the Magic Kingdom, a land whose untold story is told in Twisted, the untold story of a royal vizier, Starkid's best show.
What did you just call me, a bastard?
No, friend, I said nothing. That was my bird. He has the ability to repeat words that others have spoken.
Well, in that case, maybe you should teach him these words. Fuck you, Jafar. Marie! The baguettes! Hurry up!
A fantastical opening that sets up the Magic Kingdom's Jafar hate boner in the most hilariously succinct way possible. They blame him for every problem in the kingdom, no matter how minuscule or irrelevant. No matter how kindly Jafar treats the people, they treat their vulgar insults as a normal way to talk to him, and treat his realism as opposition to their blind, ignorant faith in dreams. A.G. Holmes' music is absolutely beautiful, and Kaylee McMahon's lyrics are succinct, hilarious, and more often than not, beautiful. The reference to Wicked is cute and hilariously on the nose, and Dylan Saunders gives a typically breathtaking performance that takes us out of the comedy for an emotionally powerful solo section, while the ensemble brings it all to a wonderful head in the end. It leaves me with one question though. Why is everyone in the kingdom white?
The sword swallower slit his throat from the inside when the thief's pet monkey ripped the sword right out of it. You know the guy that sleeps on the bed of nails?
Yes.
A fat guard fell on him.
Aladdin is such a dick, but a lovable dick, I think. A brilliant subversion of One Jump Ahead that establishes the brilliantly lazy Street Rat with some effervescent vocals from Jeff Blim and some bouncy, jazzy instrumentation that apes some of the motifs from One Jump Ahead, but distinguishes itself enough to make this a wholly unique and fun listening experience. The skits scattered around the song are hilarious, with Blim performing his heart out, and a particularly memorable section featuring Jim and Denise as a father and daughter knocks me on my feet every time. I've had just one question, why man, stuck in my head for months now. So yeah, no more fucking raisins.
Did you know they make these things in sweatshops? Where have you been? Spinning silk in your private sweatshop, mistress. You actually work in one of those? Yes. That's supporting a corrupt system. You're a part of the problem.
The princess's extremely contradictory I Want song shows us the princess's sheltered worldview perfectly. Through the soft strings and tender guitar, her delusions of grandeur and a complete misunderstanding of the world are shown off in this song. From wanting to live on the moon, to baking said moon in a pie and keeping it as a pet, to wanting to be lowly and poor, but like, with money. She has everything, but she just wants more. Rachel Soglin gives this song an emotional kick while also hilariously portraying the princess's naivete.
150 of its members are to be sacked.
Mm-hmm. We put them in burlap sacks and beat them until they were dead.
This short but very sweet number is so cute. Jafar wants nothing more than to return to when he wasn't the jaded man he is now. A great transition into our next song.
If everyone were to steal from Omar's cart, that he would be the one who was starving?
Follow the golden rule. My hunger blinded me and forced me to act like an animal.
Here we take a break from the laughs to see Jafar's tragic past in a heartbreakingly optimistic flash in the past. We see a young and wide-eyed Jafar, beloved by the community, following his golden rule. This song is beautifully written and works amazingly in contrast to Dream a Little Harder. The chorus is particularly memorable. I find myself humming it to myself all the time. And I love the line,
We're not animals. We're gifted with minds to reason and hearts to love.
It's so simple, but reminds me that at the end of the day, we're love. That line comforts me. And that's all your fault, Jafar. This song also unfortunately works great as a setup to the next song.
Who dares enter the royal palace and disturb the royal vizier as he rests in his royal chambers of the royal palace?
A delightfully devilish twist on the golden rule that adds a funky bass line and wicked performance from Joe Walker. I'd hazard to say this is one of Walker's strongest vocal performances in this whole series. This reveals to us the first piece of reality that taints Jafar's optimism. For the people of the palace, it's no longer follow the golden rule, it's follow the gold and rule. Short, sweet, and absolutely vile. I love it.
That'll teach you to sneer at a nobleman.
Oh, my dear girl, what's been done to you?
Somebody cut off my ear because they didn't like my face.
An absolutely adorable love song that uses Shahrazad's tales as a gateway into her and Jafar's saccharine romance. Meredith Stepien and Dylan Saunders sing in stunning harmony, with a lovely string section and sweet piano to tie it all together. Jafar's design is so stupid with his thick-ass cartoon eyebrows and his evil goatee, and yet Saunders manages to pull on my heartstrings regardless. I'd also like to shout out the cover by Carlos Valdez and Brittany Coleman released on the album Twisted. It's amazing, and Valdez and Coleman provide a performance that doesn't outdo the original, but does provide some amazing singing that you need to hear. A love song for the ages. I'm so glad I learned their story.
Many years ago, I took my finger and I pushed in my penis.
Twisted, how many times are you gonna make me say Dylan Saunders sings good? Honestly, probably a few more times. Jafar is a role that could be played simply and straight as a comedic performance, but Dylan absolutely delivers in any dramatic scene he's in. He delivers the many lines in this song that go so fucking hard with so much gravitas.
Science says you're dead and gone forever. Reason says I'm talking to the air. But something in my heart, some secret hidden part, illogically insists that you are there somewhere.
A rejection of his beliefs leads Jafar to putting his faith in magic, inspired by Shahrazad's faith in him. Such a beautiful ballad.
It's hard to keep a big place like this clean.
Well, don't you have someone to clean it for you, like a slave?
Well, I got this monkey, but he only cleans his side of the room, leaves the shower curtain open all the time, and he hasn't even started work on our screenplay. Unbelievable.
If you had any pity for Aladdin, I hope it stopped here. Aladdin is not like us. Twisted plays with Blim's range a lot more than the Hatchetfield trilogy, leading to a lot of interesting notes and deliveries that I really enjoy. This song is fucking hilarious. His insistence that he's gonna live forever so his kids never lose their parents is great, especially with the reveal that he's the one who killed his parents. Honestly, that twist makes this whole song especially hilarious and way better on rewatches.
What? Yeah. She's got these eyes, the chest, and her butt. Wow, and her toddies. Oh.
Happy Ending is the best song in Twisted, and I'd argue the best song in the entire Starkid discography. Starting with a hopeful Jafar finally dreaming of his future, a man beloved by his kingdom, strings and piano bounce gleefully as electric guitar underscores Jafar's hope to be cheered on by the people for his devotion to them. Even in the face of it all, he remains humble and wishes only for the people's best interest. On the other hand, the electric guitar sliding into Aladdin's section shows us that he's only out for himself, trying not only to get better at stealing by being rich, but to get his eternal nut out. A happy ending for only himself. And we follow that up with the princess, whose xylophone back section has her wishing for Aladdin to be okay and to escape his life, only because she's fallen for the idea that he represents, the freedom that she naively wishes for, highlighted by a callback to Everything and More. All three sections show masterfully who the characters are and what they want through not only the lyrics, but through the music itself. And Jafar's soliloquy is heartbreaking. Through all of his public service, what he wants at the end of the day, selfishly, is to have his wife back, which leads to a nice momentary reprise of the 1001 Nights leitmotif. But he can't even bring himself to want that over his people's needs, so even in his selfish fantasy, he's given his wife back by the genie. a gift. Dylan's performance through this whole song is breathtaking, both on stage and vocally. Blim and Soglin do an amazing job as well. This really was a happy ending.
You received the manhood of a badger.
Oh, you smiled at a crocodile.
Those are stretch marks. They happen.
All hail Ahmed, the tiger fucker. He laments at his meta-forgettability in this militaristic, ego-driven call for attention. His solution? Invasion. The kingdom of Pixar deserves better. A true show-stopping number that sets up the final conflict greatly, with stunning performances from Joe as the titular tiger fucker, and Jim, Lauren, and Markiplier as his most loyal servants. The militaristic drums are offset by the gentle, bouncy instrumentation behind Ahmed's servants' praise of him. Joe's performance here is one for the ages, and I would bathe his sweaty, bloody body with my tongue. A particular highlight is I'll make them all regret the day they chose to forget.
What's that name, everyone?
The little drum fill there is so satisfying. If I was the princess, I wouldn't turn him into some throwaway joke. You deserve better, tiger fucker. I mean, Ahmed.
He fucked a tiger.
Song is a dick in sheep's clothing. And if you are ever in doubt, just remember this song. A song is a dick in sheep's clothing. A song means a dick is on the way.
Jafar!
How the fuck you know it was me?
Because it is you. You're just wearing different clothes.
Aladdin is the Disney Corporation, putting subliminal messages in the innocent princess's head in this miraculous whole new world spoof. We get references to SFX from The Lion King, the priest boner from The Little Mermaid, and the phallic imagery on The Little Mermaid's box art. And while I do love the idea of this song, and Rachel and Jeff both give solid performances, both in the build-up to this song and the song itself, the song feels disjointed. I put some of that up to the staging, which feels disjointed as Jeff and Rachel dance aimlessly on the magic carpet, but I even feel the disjointment on the album version. Regardless of those complaints, the Stars Above visual is the best joke in the entire show and takes this song up a whole tier.
Temptation may have beckoned, but I always have resisted. But which way do I turn when the roads become so twisted?
I mean, come on, it's the title track. It starts with an absolutely amazingly powerful arrangement, electric guitars surging as strings glide and the organ goes bwah. Dylan Saunders, despite taking the back seat for part of the song, still absolutely kills it, with some of the most intense, amped up, beautiful arrangements in the whole show backing him up as he debates with himself whether he's bound by duty to his kingdom or if he should just duck and run. Thankfully, he has some help. Jamie's Ursula, former ruler of the ocean, in an amazing new arrangement reminiscent of A Whole New World. Nick Gage's Scar, hated for that evil-looking scar on his face in the style of Be Prepared. Markiplier's Gaston, made a cuck by a wolf, bear, thing, and several other villains who wished only to help. Cruella only wished to have a coat made out of puppies. But at the end of it all, Jafar is left alone, running through heartbreaking reprises of his major songs throughout the musical, recontextualized now as a defeated Vizier contemplates his legacy and whether 'tis nobler in the mind to be well-liked but ineffectual, or moral but maligned. So Jafar accepts his fate. He'll never be a hero, so he'll play the twisted villain if it means that he can stay true to himself. The anti-hero following his golden rule. This one's so fucking good, man.
Now step aside, princess. It's not you I'm after. I come for the head of the Sultan.
Then you come from my head, Ahmed.
Jafar?
Jafar!
The emotional climax of the whole show. A father-daughter duet and a passing of the torch as the princess finally accepts the responsibility that she has to her people. Rachel and Dylan harmonizing is so powerful, especially backed by some sick electric guitar. They are the power in each other, and as long as they live, they'll carry each other in their hearts.
You are kind, and that's enough.
You're a diamond in the rough.
The princess's final wish makes me tear up every time. This song is an emotional masterpiece.
It is done.
A perfect ending to a beautiful song.
So many great things have happened today. This is all Jafar's fault.
Yes, you're right, Captain.
Captain? Don't you mean princess?
Catharsis. This show ends on a perfectly positive note that leaves me with nothing but happy tears. Jafar got his happy ending, and I couldn't be happier.
And with my wife beside me, my failures will be absolved. The world will be a paradise with all its problems solved. We'll retire to some far-off place and share an itty-bitty living space. A humble yet cozy bar.
So this is the best Starkid show. The others put up a great fight, but everything from the songs to the stars above make this one so much better. Expertly plotted, cleverly written with brilliantly arranged songs with captivating lyrics that tell the story in a beautiful and poetic way. And there's a lot of dick jokes. It's perfect. I feel like I'd have to pick this one with a fine-toothed comb to find any issues, and I just don't want to do that to this show. I like it too damn much. It delivers some of the strongest emotional beats while simultaneously providing one of the most hilarious experiences of my life, balancing the silly with the saccharine perfectly. It's literally everything I want from a Starkid show. S tier.